And good afternoon, everybody. This is Vinny Maletti with Maletti Law, the strongest name in law. It has been a long while since I actually did a video. So today now is May 6th, 2023. It is Kentucky Derby Day. So for those of you that care about the Derby, have a great time. Much like 99.99% of the people here in New York City, nobody has any clue what that Derby is or what they do there, or even what a Derby is. So, all good. Have a great time anyway. Beautiful weather. Figured today would be a great time for a video. So, well, first and foremost, please go to the website, www.malettilaw.com. That's www.malettilaw.com, MILETTILAW.com. Make sure you sign up for the newsletter. Make sure you click subscribe below because we always have fresh new content coming every day. I have yet to post from the new offices here in beautiful Astoria, Queens, which I will shortly at some point. I just can't seem to find any free time. All right, so one of the reasons, so here's today's video. Today's video is understanding retaliation. I have really been trying to kind of narrow in a lot of the marketing, and I'm been catering my marketing, trying to cater to the clients that call in, the potential clients. I'm trying to make it easier to understand, and I'm trying to make it so that I could better service the clients by sort of compartmentalizing where I need them to be or where their claims are, etc. A lot of you call up for retaliation. You think because your employer was naughty, you have a claim for retaliation. That is not retaliation. I want to be very clear, okay? Do you have a claim for retaliation? And this is for every single one of you, every one of you plaintiffs that call me. Though I'm a defense attorney, but for some reason I keep getting plaintiff calls. Fine, all good. So the action that you are complaining of, right? The action that you believe was retaliatory, it must be rooted and grounded in some sort of protected category or some other statutory permissible action. For example, if you called in late one day and your employer was just really upset with you and gave you kind of an attitude, right? That's not retaliation. You can't, or wrote you up. That's not retaliation. Retaliation is you are of a particular category. You suffered some kind of discrimination, whether it be race, national origin, whatever the case is, you suffered it. And as a result, you've opposed this discriminatory event, this discriminatory action. You've opposed it. In retaliation, you suffer for some detrimental action. So, for instance, your employer took away PTO time, or your employer gave you a really bad shift, the graveyard shift, knowing you could never take the graveyard shift. That could be retaliation because you were part of a protected category. You opposed something that you believed was a right that you had, the right to be free from discrimination, and your employer, on the other hand, retaliated against you by taking certain actions against you because they were frustrated based on you protecting your, you taking that action which protected your protected category. Let me explain this one more time. You have a right to be free from discriminatory harassment and a discriminatory animus, right? You have a right to be free from this. If your employer treats you in any way that is discriminatory and you oppose it, maybe you file a claim, maybe you write to your employer, maybe you just say, hey, simply stop discriminating against me, leave me the F alone, I just want to come to work, I don't want to be bothered. If they further enhance their discriminatory treatment of you, that could count as retaliation because your employer, you had a protected category, you had something that was protected, your employer didn't like that and took additional action against you. So, but it has to be grounded in some kind of protected category. It can't just be your employer's an asshole. Employees could be assholes. Being an asshole is not against the law. Being an asshole is fine. There was a case, Jewish Writers Guild, I think it is. I mean, it pretty was clear, like that judge might as well have been me. Then, the judge was like, look, your employee could be, an asshole, but that's not discriminatory. That's an asshole, So that's the big difference. And I need everybody that's calling in to understand what it means to suffer from retaliation. It's not they stopped ordering your favorite can of Snapple in the vending machine. It's not, they got mad that I was late one day. That's not retaliation. Retaliation is tied to a specific protected category and a specific legal protection that you have had. The other alternative could be, I want to say maybe labor law 740, where you report some kind of behavior that you believe is bad. So let's say you're working in billing and you notice your employer submits bills to Medicare, and what it says services provided, your employer writes, I don't know, the lazy brown fox jumps over the dog, or whatever that sentence is. Oh, your employer writes something silly, right? And they get money for it. And you're like, hey, you know what? That doesn't sound like a medical necessity or medical treatment. I think that's illegal. I'm going to go ahead and report this. So you report that, and then you get in trouble, and then you get the retaliatory treatment. That's a 740 claim. Yes, that's different. That exists. That's statutory protection you have because you're defending yourself and you're protecting your interest. So, and you're like defending the law, basically. You're pointing out what you think is illegal. That's different. That's also retaliation. But again, like I'd mentioned, it's got to be tied to something that's either a protected category or some statutory protection that you have generally. And it can't just be something flimsy like, I don't know, they didn't give me the day off, or, or for landlord tenants, they didn't rent to me the location, So, but that's all. That's where we are here. I need to address this video because this has been a real challenge lately. So I just want to make sure this is really out there. Of course, if anyone has any questions or concerns, you can please leave it in the comments below. You should definitely contact our firm. You go to the website, get the phone number. I can't remember it off the top of my head because I have a marketing team that controls all that. I can't remember. But yeah, we're here to help you. We'd love to take your money and service you. Or every now and then give freebies like we do here. So have a beautiful day, everybody. As always, yours in laws, love, and lifts. And, you all know the deal. Eat big, get huge. And when you die, leave a giant casket behind. Have a great day, everybody. Melody Law out.